I had to fight my friend because he couldn't stop striking his children around me, and it made me upset. So I'm hanging out with my friend. We're playing Halo 2. We're going through the entire campaign on Legendary, having a great time. And his kid comes in. Kid about 6 years old says, "Dad, can I play?" He immediately, pow! I'm like, whoa, what was that? That was an anime hit. I felt the reverberation of that when I was in the same strike. I was like, gee willikers, what happened? The kid's like, huh? My friend says, "I told you not to come in the room when I'm playing with my friends." I said, whoa, chill out, man. We got a third controller. You give him another controller and say you're playing with somebody, man. Just don't strike. That's crazy. Why do you hit him like that? He said, he knows he's not supposed to be in here. I said, I don't think he knows much. He's 6. Boy just gained object permanence. There's no universe in which he's silent. I said, you good? The 6-year-old gets up holding back tears because he knows he'd get hit again if he cry again. He's like, fine. I said, bro, you can't do that. That you could damage this person's perception of reality. You could damage their entire developmental status. This is messed up. He said, you got kids? I said, no. He said, you don't know how to raise kids. So don't tell me how to raise kids. You want to get back to playing Halo? I said, you know what? All right. Because I don't want to cause an argument. And this is my day off. I don't want to cause an argument, right? I don't want to cause an argument. So we continue playing. Kid leaves the room. And it's a little bit silent. So it gets back jovial again. The awkward tension breaks after 10 minutes because we have a fun moment in Halo. Kid comes back in the room. Had to fight my friend because he couldn't stop.
What you think?
That was a wild story, but I mean,
I feel like I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna judge you if you hit your kids, right? But it's like under what circumstances? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Video games is not one of those circumstances.
That's not disciplinary. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like you're breeding fear, and when you do stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't like, oh, I hit a kid at school. You know what I'm saying? If I hit a kid at school and I won that fight, my mom's probably gonna smack me when I get home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, you think you big now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hit upside the head, but like, stop acting like that. You're grounded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not that like.
And there's a difference between hitting your kids and beating your kids.
Yeah.
We should distinguish. You know what I'm saying? I think I probably won't do it. Most likely not. But also I am not a parent, and I don't know what circumstances may ever arise where I was like, yo, I gotta pow, bro, come on. You know what I'm saying? You never know, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
But never over a damn video game, right? And you can see the fear in the kid where it's like, he said, right, that like, yo, the kid would wanted to cry really bad, but he knew if he cried, yo, he was gonna get hit again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it becomes a repeat. It's not a sense of, I don't know how to put it. It's like there's healthier ways to build like barriers or, you know, like boundaries as there is. You know what I'm saying? It's a healthier way to build boundaries. Because there's no way that like over a video game you would hit a child. I don't hit anybody over a video game. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
never that deep.
It's
never a video game.
Exactly. I'm like, bro, these are virtual points, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're still in the same room. You know, it doesn't matter whether you beat me in this game or not. You know, like, that's, like, I don't know. And to his point where he says, like, oh, you don't have kids, so don't teach me how to raise kids.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
Like, that's tough because, like, it's not like we weren't kids before. It's not like you don't know.
I was a kid once.
You know what I'm saying? You
I
know
got
that
hit
pain.
once.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, bro, I don't think you know, maybe that he just didn't realize what he was doing, or, you know, same idea. Like, maybe he was beat as a child and he was like, I came out all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so.
No, if you're hitting your kid over Halo, you didn't come out all right. You might be providing for that child, and like you might even own your own house, whatever the hell it is, right? You could be materially well off, right?
Yeah.
But if you're not emotionally supporting that child, I don't think you are succeeding in raising that child, and that behavior is not successful.
Yeah.
It's not conducive to a successful child raising, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a child, but I don't have to be a parent to understand some basic psychology, like human development.
Yeah.
How do children work?
You keep them safe, bro.
You keep them safe.
You nourish, you know?
You know what I'm saying? I think I saw the joke in Family Guy where it's like, oh, you know.
Hey, I actually think she's doing a pretty good job. She's teaching you guys independence. We're one! Independence means we die!
And like, in that situation, right, it's not even necessarily that The child is learning how to be independent or dependent, but their ability to be independent is being, in some sense abused, in some sense malnourished, right? Because in order, I think, to be successfully independent, you got to have a good emotional regulation. And if you're getting hit and you're being taught that if you cry, you're going to get hit again, so you don't cry, you're not being taught proper emotional regulation. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how to tie it in, but I would say it's kind of like, just because you were in a situation like that doesn't mean you have to create that same environment. And, I'm glad, if that's the case, maybe he feels positive in the choices that he's making with how he's raising his child. And, what I'm saying, like, that leads him to think that he's living a good life, like we can't check this guy emotionally or mentally. Mm-hmm. I think, like, our personal opinion is still Sanders, just like,
you're encouraging us to have some empathy for the dad?
No, I'm trying to encourage us to isolate the situation so that we saying our opinions are purely based on this scenario. It's not we're not speaking to everybody or the generalization. This is how we feel about this. And it's just like, saying you can't hit kids, what I'm saying? But for me, you can't hit kids. You have to talk to them appropriately, and there's such an easy way to establish boundaries without excessive force or use of power. They have neither of those. They have no force, they have no power. So why would you use that on some, saying, how are they going to understand balance? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, my mom always talked to me the moment I could speak, because we could communicate, we could see eye to eye on something.
You only ever resort to violence when it's beyond words, right? And that's like, if violence is even a solution to something beyond words. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Sometimes you can just walk away. Sometimes you can just leave shit be, right? But especially if you're a kid and you're getting taught, like, the solution to everything is, like, quick clock to the head, whatever it is, right? 50-50, you might still develop into a healthy person, right? And know better, but you also might not. And, we get unregulated children, and that's how we get unregulated adults. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, for sure. It's sad to see, but
that's what we think. What do you guys think?
I wear my heart on the sleeve, but who does it? I'm in a generation where you just say fuck it. Love don't exist unless you out of school, pockets full of money, and you got no issues with your daddy or your mommy. But I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I thought about texting X a couple of times, thinking it would help. Just to remember, it was dopamine I felt at 5:53 or 6:23 in the morning. But we did most of our loving in your bedroom. To be honest, to the public eye, all they saw was kisses and hugs. But behind closed doors, you talk shit all the times. Now you trapped up in my rhyme, got me writing all the time, hoping over time I can heal myself. Now over time I just hurt myself, so I just